In this video, I'm going to expose the exact workflow that I use to generate hundreds of AI images within minutes. And look, I'm not just generating these images just because I'm actually utilizing them as ad creatives that convert. If you want to create images like this, and this, then stick around to the end of the video. For example, I tested this one right here. We ran it for a span of 16 days. We spent $800 and it brought back $2,400 in return. That is nearly a 3x return on an image I generated with a few simple prompts. So let's jump right into it. This is my workflow. I know it looks a little intimidating, so just stay with me, but I'm using a platform called Weavy. I left a blank copy of this workflow in the description so you guys can just plug and play your images. But literally all it takes is just 4 steps. Step 1, you need to input 10 images that correlate, that are all very similar. These can either be from your brand, they can be from Pinterest, other brands, your competitors. It does not matter. Just as long as you can find 10 consistent images that kind of look alike. This is very crucial so the content you end up generating comes out to be very consistent. This platform Weavy is free to use. You do need credits to generate images. I believe they give you a set amount, but $10 equals 1,000 credits, which comes out to 2,500 images. So after you get your 10 images inserted, you're going to come over here to what I call the visual Bible, right? So when you run this model, it's going to prompt based off these 10 images and just give a whole entire rundown of the visual aesthetic that you're going for behind your brand. Once you hit run model, this is going to start generating and you're going to come up here to step 2, and that's where you add in your product picture. This is one of the new items I'm dropping for my brand. I'm going to swap this out for something different. That way we can get some new content generated. All right, so I switched in a new hat, and that's going to lead us to step 3, where we just typed in a single sentence prompt. This doesn't have to be too sophisticated. That's what the rest of the workflow is for. But if you really want to get detailed, I have a method that I'm going to share towards the end of the video to where you can go in depth and get a super detailed prompt. But for now, we're just going to do something simple. So we could do professional studio shot of the hat sitting on a car. All right, so once we finish typing out our prompt in step 3, we're going to go over to step 4, and that leads us down to the creative director. All right, so this is going to take your simple prompt, combine it with the aesthetic of your brand, and it's going to go ahead and do a mass prompt of 10 different variations so you could plug it in and get 10 different images. All you have to do is click run model. It's going to go through, cycle through everything, and then it's going to spit out your 10 prompts in this array section right here. While we're waiting for this to load, I just want to show you guys some of the images that this system generated for me. It's absolutely insane. Look at the texture. You can see the skin pores, the details on the hat. Like, this is ready to go. All I need to do is throw some text on top of this image. Boom, I have an ad creative right here. Like, even this one right here, it's already like slightly color graded. You can see the texture in the hair, like the hat details are just spot on. It's insane. I don't think you guys understand like how crazy this actually is. You can literally see every single stitch, every detail, and like, I didn't use a camera for this. All we did was just prompt it up and it spit out this image. And honestly, the consistency is just there across multiple images. Like, you guys can see, it's insane, especially for this studio shot. All you need to do is just plug in some text, test different angles, and then you have an ad. All right, so it looks like our creative director is done with the prompts. So all you have to do is just come over here to the list and you can individually select each prompt that it generated. So if you want to do an editorial 35mm film photography, prompt for each and every one of these images, you would just go here and plug it in, and then that way you can get 10 different variations for that single prompt. But since we want to test as many angles as possible, we're going to run 10 different prompts, get 10 different images, and then that way we have multiple iterations we can test instead of just doing one single prompt. So the last step, all you got to do is just select every single one of these images over here in the right corner, down here at the bottom. You can choose to run it multiple times so it spits out 3 different versions of each prompt, or you can just do it once. I prefer just doing it once. That way you save on credits. It's not always going to generate super crispy, good images. It's not going to generate what you want 24/7. All right, as you guys can see, we have some pretty funky images down here, but I am seeing a couple good ones. Like this one, for example, the Ferrari logo is super consistent. The hat's consistent. It has that film grain quality that I like. This is good. This can be used as an ad. Same for this one right here. Has the lowrider. It literally fits the LA aesthetic perfectly. I'm going to save this because we can work with this. But this is in a studio shot. Honestly, not bad at all. I'm going to save this one as well. This one isn't the best. It's just kind of sitting on a random body panel. And like, sometimes you will get these. Same for this one right here. You can tell the exposure is just a little too high. It's washing out the whites. It just looks too bright, but that's okay. We literally got these images in less than 2 minutes. I just want to put this in perspective for you guys. Something like this would take me at least 1 to 2 days to put together. Like, I'd have to go out, source a lowrider. I'd have to wait for the perfect time so the sun's hitting the hat at the right angle. I'd have to take the pictures. I'd have to go home, color grade them, edit them. And this is why this is so good. So I'm gonna choose the one I really like. I think this one's the best one. Or this one right here, I'm not gonna lie. I could put some text in the sky. So what I'll do is I'll change this to 4K. I'll change the aspect ratio, and I'll come down and I'll just hit run model, and let's see what it gives me. I messed up the aspect ratio on this one. I meant to change it to 9:16, but I did 16:9. You guys definitely want to take your time when doing this because you don't want to burn through credits. But yeah, this is what it gave me. This is the 9:16 version, 4K. I would use this as, you know, the story placement, run this as an ad. And then we have our feed placement right here as well. Now, the cool thing about this, if you guys really want to scale up and do more than 10 images, all you have to do is just come over here and change the system prompt. I know it says don't touch, but you can change it to, you know, however many images you want to generate. You can do 20, you can type in 30. And then after that, all you would have to do is just come up here to your array and open up your toolbox in the right-hand corner, type in text. Bring this text iterator down here and then just connect it like this, and boom, you're good to go. It says 10 out of 50, and then we'll drag this down and then you can plug it into a single image input. And this one right here will generate 50 images total. But now I'm gonna show you guys how to make this single line prompt even better, like I mentioned earlier into the video. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna jump right into Claude. You can use ChatGPT or even Gemini for this. And what we're gonna do here is insert a reference image that we wanna create and do 10 different iterations of. And the way I like to do that is by hopping into Pinterest. I found this one right here that I think will be pretty cool. We're just gonna copy this into Claude, and I'm gonna ask it to create a prompt that will allow me to recreate this image and swap out the product. All right, so I just cooked up this base prompt for us. All we have to do is just swap out product for whatever our product is. And then we're gonna drop this into our prompt section. Product, switch it out for hat because I'm doing a hat. And I'm even gonna switch this hat out too. All right, cool, our product's in there now. Now we're gonna go down to our creative director and just run it so it can create 10 different new prompts for us. All right, so this is what it gave us. Pretty interesting, as you guys can see. Pretty similar to that first image. Not the greatest on the model product pictures. I don't think I would use these, but it's crazy because look at the detail. You can see, if you zoom in, the hat is wet in this picture, right? But if you go to this one, it's fully dry and it's only wet on the corner. Like, the attention to detail is absolutely insane. But the reason why this isn't as consistent as before is because we didn't change our reference images. That's why it's important you're constantly testing these images, making sure that it's as consistent as possible. So that way when you run it in the Visual Bible, it will match the aesthetic you're going for. But this is exactly how I generate 100 images in literally just 30 minutes. So yeah, this is the method I use to save money on working with a creative agency. This workflow does the exact same job at a fraction of the cost. And this allows me to scale my ad account quickly by testing a bunch of different iterations of image ads. Not only do I do this for my own brand, but I do this for other brand owners as well. So if you're looking for a way to properly scale your ad account using AI image ads, then I left a link down below for you to apply to work with me and my team. Even outside of ads, the possibilities are endless here. We use these for email campaigns and hero images on our product pages and landing pages. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like. Let me know if this was helpful in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next one.